MrBeast is in big trouble right now. Basically, MrBeast has just released a new AI thumbnail tool, which is getting a ton of backlash. YouTuber PointCrow is beefing with MrBeast, along with Jacksepticeye, DanTDM, Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers, and basically tons of YouTubers and viewers are really mad at him for essentially trying to ruin the website while profiting off of it. It seems this tool also costs $80 per month to use. Now, as I'm recording this video, MrBeast actually ended up deleting all of his tweets because of the backlash, and he also posted a response to the situation, which we'll be checking out. But anyways, subscribe so we can save YouTube from the AI slop. And let's begin with MrBeast's announcement tweet. ViewStats just dropped AI thumbnails, and it takes the guesswork out of what thumbnails will perform. Just prompt what you're looking for, and it will generate a data-backed viral thumbnail. D. So here's the video announcement.
There's a new way to make professional-looking viral thumbnails with zero Photoshop experience. And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them. From creating custom results from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail.
Yeah, what a wonderful idea. Let's just steal people's thumbnails with AI. Literally, let's just drag and drop your face on other people's hard work. Now, if you didn't know, people obviously spend anywhere from hours to months thinking of the perfect thumbnail and designing it. They literally hire specific people for this. MrBeast also used to do this, apparently. I don't know if he still does with this AI tool. It just seems the greed has gone so far that he does not give a single shit anymore. Let's just infect this website, which is called YouTube, with AI generated slop. Dude, I knew this guy was cooked when he partnered with Logan Paul, bro. No moral person actually partners with Logan Paul. Then he explains how it works.
This is the home of the AI tool where you can type in any channel on all of YouTube and it will use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example, let's say you're MrBeast. You would just type in MrBeast here. Now it's gonna look at all my recent videos and get inspiration from them. And for the prompt, I'm gonna type in stranded on a volcano. And there you go, we now have a thumbnail with me dangling on the side of a volcano.
Right, so basically goodbye to any thumbnail artists, anybody who made a career out of this stuff or spent years learning the skill. I guess you can just go put the fries in the bag. I mean, don't get me wrong, I knew this sort of AI shit was coming, but I expected it to come from the degenerate, soulless companies trying to maximize their profit at any cost. I didn't actually expect it to be launched by the #1 YouTube creator, someone who's supposed to be for the people and tries to act relatable to everybody as if he loves the YouTube community. And obviously you guys know that I've defended MrBeast in the past multiple times, and I've criticized him multiple times when he deserved it. We had the entire saga, and this is another one of those times where it is absolutely justified. It is just so sad to see, because now I know that you guys only have a couple more years to enjoy my content or anybody else you actually like, because this is the future now. Everything will just be AI slop, not just a thumbnail, but the voice in the video and everything. And of course, this guy with the AI creepy ass expression on all of his thumbnails is the one leading forward this charge. Not to mention he's charging people $80 a month to use this tool, so obviously he's trying to profit off of it as much as possible. Now, it turns out he literally didn't even get permission from the creators he featured there, and you'll see later on Twitter, a bunch of people are mad at him for using their logo to promote AI, including Jacksepticeye, who was absolutely pissed. Then he gives a demonstration of the drag and drop thing.
Really like the thumbnail you're generating, but not the face on it. Don't worry, we have this face swap tool that you can click, upload a face you do like, and it will instantly swap it onto the thumbnail. To show you how simple this is, I'm gonna take a photo of my face. Okay, I'm now gonna hit face swap and take the thumbnail from this to this automatically.
Wow, thank you, Jimmy. So what you're telling me is that instead of being a scumbag and just photoshopping my face on someone else's thumbnails, I'm just gonna do it with the drag and drop. I'm gonna do it in a single click instead of actually going through the effort to steal somebody's content. Congratulations, you just made stealing 100 times easier. What an absolutely horrific idea. Not to mention these AI thumbnails that he's generating is based on every other thumbnail on YouTube. How the hell do you think AI trains itself? itself. It obviously studies everybody else's thumbnails that these other people have made themselves, or these people have paid other people to make, and then it uses it as inspiration or whatever, which is bullshit in the case of AI because it's basically just stealing and saying, okay, my AI thought of it. So it's literally out there training on your thumbnails, using your hard work, and then passing it off as its own. Anyways, let's just go to Twitter and look at everybody's reactions. It is absolute chaos right now. So let's start with Point Crow. He's a YouTuber and streamer. Putting this here and logging off. What a piece of work. And he's put MrBeast tweet, and then he's attached this. This is their most popular plan. Pro plus AI, $80 a month. Our full suit now includes AI thumbnail generation and more, perfect for all creators. Except those who don't have $80 a month to shill for this. Everything in Pro Plus. 1,000 AI credits per month. Generate viral thumbnails. Thumbnail style to any channel. Face swap, yes! Put yourself in any thumbnail. Recreate your favorite thumbnails. Get the perfect thumbnail with AI editing. Access to Discord with a bunch of other degenerates. Here's some of the responses. Not bad. $80 a month isn't terrible. Getting absolutely ratioed. MrBeast, one of, if not the richest content creators on earth, is making a profit off stealing artwork from every other creator. When is it enough, Jimmy? Perfect for all creators, except, you know, all the ones you're stealing art from. $80 a month for the worst slop you've ever seen. By the way, we need to like clarify. Slop is different from AI slop, all right? What I make is passionate slop that I'm obviously very, you know, genuine. I have a lot of personality in my videos. You know, the SpongeBob memes or whatever. This isn't, none of the shit is AI generated, dog, all right? So make sure to say AI slop when you refer to this bullshit, okay? I don't want to get lumped in with this absolute nonsense. So anyways, Point Crow continues. He attaches this tweet by MrBeast. The largest channel in Russia just takes my thumbnails and photoshops his face on mine. Interesting, Jimmy. So this was a tweet from 2021, and you can say, oh, his opinions changed or whatever. But obviously, he was mad that people were stealing his thumbnails, and now he wants to do it to every creator on YouTube. Point Crow points out, so MrBeast gets to complain about channels stealing his thumbnails, then turn around and makes a tool that does the same thing, but cheaper and faster. He promotes his new AI tool in a video on the site, saying that it can copy any channel style of thumbnails for YouTube videos and even edit it so that your face is in it instead of the original creators. He initially states it so that it can be used for inspiration, but then continues on and notes that this will literally be the way you generate your thumbnails going forward. I spend days, weeks, sometimes months thinking of thumbnails, working with artists to craft the perfect one, and you've made something that can steal my and my artist's hard work without a thought. Your model is clearly trained on all our thumbnails and uses them without any creator's permission, and makes it not only easy, but it attempts to make this socially acceptable too. Way to take out the creator and content creator and the fun that comes from thinking of new ideas. Majorly F this. If there's any class action lawsuit, count me in. I'm so done with this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, never doubt Pegasus again. What did I say? What did I say? All right, Pegasus is never wrong. I'm telling you, I don't actually clickbait. It's a future prediction, dog. Here we got a Twitter genius. Interesting perspective, but there are valid uses for AI tools too. Okay, nobody's debating that, bro. We're talking about this specific use. It's wild that MrBeast clearly forgot what it was like being a small YouTuber or human being while trying daily to brag about being philanthropic. Man is actively in support of something that can replace him, let alone every creator, and do mad harm. Just wild. I'm not even a MrBeast hater, but the hypocrisy here is outstanding. You should be. Watch the goddamn saga. Now, I know the immediate response is, Pegasus, why are you complaining? Your thumbnails are just, it's over. Well, first off, I'm allowed to care about people other than myself. I'm allowed to feel for other people. I have some iDubbbz in me, you know, some empathy, of course. And this will eventually affect me as well, because if AI continues to go where it's going, they will eventually replace my voice in my video. You'll get AI-generated SpongeBob memes, and you won't have any passion in the goddamn videos. One of the most common compliments I get on my channel is how authentic I am in my videos, or like something about humor or something like that. And it's basically because I have a lot of passion in my videos, which makes me stand out from the other creators, so to speak. And it's just sad that authenticity is getting launched out of the window now. So yeah, forgive me if I'm just concerned about my community or whatever. Now, MrBeast tweets about one of his videos and Point Crow responds again. This you? Are you gonna say anything or just delete your tweet and profit off of stealing other creators' work and with their new view stats AI slop tool? Then he continues the tweet in question and the pricing structure on the site. Are you serious, dude? Right, so I never got this, that MrBeast claims this is like for small creators or whatever who can't afford to hire thumbnail artists artists like him, right? Like a giant team. Brother, it's $80 a month. That is not affordable at all. Not that anybody should buy this garbage at all. This will 100% ruin YouTube. You might think, okay, it's helping my process right now, but the consequences of this long term are going to be astronomical. Now we got to move on to some responses from legends like Jacksepticeye saying, what the actual F? And he used my logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning into, FAI. And this was a drama alert tweet talking about MrBeast's view stat promotion. And interestingly enough, it got deleted and then they pinned a tweet talking about MrBeast's response, which we'll check out later. So I don't know if MrBeast like messaged drama alert to do covering PR for him, but that's very weird how it got deleted. But yeah, anyways, back to Jacksepticeye's tweet. I gotta agree, man. The soul is just being sucked out of YouTube. It is no longer a bunch of creators just expressing their opinions online. It's a bunch of corporate losers hiring 5,000 people to just drown out everything else. And now it's even worse because they're not even hiring those people, or at least giving them jobs. They're making them AI machines. And they're just trying to make as much money as humanly possible. Now, I have a lot of respect for Jack. He's the absolute GOAT. Only legends remember the green hair Jack era. And I just gotta clarify my stance here. I think using AI to complement humans is completely fine. But if it's just replacing humans and creativity in general, that is just flippin' sad, man. And it makes me worry, not gonna lie, because, you know, I'm like the most optimistic person alive if you know me IRL. And even then, it feels really tough to have a good outlook on this. Now, if you guys actually remember, Jacksepticeye called him out before. You warned us, and now everything is coming to light.
Do you like MrBeast? No. Jack. Oh! Do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube? Yes. Oh! Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun. You just don't think you had fun playing Squid Games? You don't think you had fun riding on yachts?
Right, so obviously he didn't exactly predict this AI type of swap, but he had a general idea of where this was going. MrBeast was just sort of making it way too corporate and making it impossible for solo creators to actually compete. Essentially, YouTube became more about algorithm optimization than just a guy in his room talking into the mic. And that's kind of why a lot of people like my channel as well, because it's one of the last remaining parts of OG YouTube. It's very simple. No crazy fancy editing, just enough to entertain you guys. And it's essentially what YouTube was meant to be. A guy like sitting in his room, talking into a mic, giving his opinions online. And it's a pretty like nice community here. Now, even that is being ruined by the annoying bots in the comments, which are impossible to get rid of, by the way. I've banned like 200 of them, but there's just like an infinite amount every single video and they just multiply. And obviously YouTube can't do the bare minimum and fix such an easy thing. Instead, they gotta do dumb shit like remove dislikes or whatever. Complete joke. Anyways, this drama got so crazy that even the legend DanTDM responded saying depressing. He made a separate tweet about it saying, using AI in creativity makes zero sense to me. People who use it to replace creatives don't have a creative bone in their body. Learn to make something yourself and be proud of it. FAI. Dan swearing is absolutely peak. That's when you know it's serious. You know it's bad when DanTDM tweets about drama because this guy is known to never involve himself in drama ever, except for the one time, obviously, if you joined before the Hassan series, you would know that I had a series on the three stooges of YouTube, MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI. And DanTDM was this absolute legend during the KSI saga who single-handedly triggered KSI into the stratosphere for 2 whole months over one tweet about Lunchly. But yeah, I completely agree with Dan here. Using AI in creativity is such a spit in the face to everybody who actually worked hard to come up with ideas themselves. So we got some classic idiots defending this. You think AI killed creativity? Nah, it found the ones you buried under not good enough and gave them a voice that doesn't wait for permission. You mean stealing? Like not asking for permission before you use other people's work? This isn't the death of art, it's the funeral of gatekeeping, because while you were busy guarding the throne, the Forgotten Ones learned to code fire. Now they're painting with thunder. Did this guy use AI for this, bro? Bro actually responded with ChatGPT. You can't be serious. You don't fear AI, you fear the silence after the crowd realizes they never needed you to begin with. Did AI write that for you? Look, I could instantly tell that shit was AI because it was so flippin' bad, bro. Another common DanTDM W. Anyways, let's move on to Mudahar's response from some ordinary gamers. AI thumbnails promoted from the biggest creator on the platform. What a joke. Quit complaining about everything, especially AI. Dude, why are there so many idiots on Twitter? So anyways, Muda also made a video about it. And in this part, he talks about how he actually paid for thumbnail art. And now essentially people will get to use that style for free.
MrBeast is just straight up scraping for other thumbnails. Okay, all of the other YouTubers that are putting in effort, even hiring thumbnail artists, they're the ones that are getting screwed over the most, right? But the few times that I've done it, one of them came from a good friend of mine, Novika, or Imaru. You might know him from like the My Immortal readings. He has a really good thing going where he's an artist, right? He draws a lot of art for the Sonic community, Sonic, content creators, and he's had an art style that he's put together years into developing. Like, he made one thumbnail art for me years ago. Now imagine if a tool like this just scrapes my channel for his art style. They're not really just stealing from me, they're also stealing from the actual human being that I hired to do this artistic work.
Honestly, that's a really good point, because when you train your AI using all of this data is being generated by people with tons of hours of hard work, right? And potentially people like paying other people to do this work. So instead of just taking somebody's work, which is illegal, you're finding a go around and putting it into your AI machine to churn it out into something else. It's like taking somebody's homework and changing a couple words. And it is such a slippery slope, and I feel like MrBeast will only understand this when somebody starts taking his voice and his face and making identical videos to him, beating him out using AI. And if you think that's not going to happen, you're completely mistaken, because that's the direction we're headed, into complete dystopian shit. Then he talks about MrBeast's general mindset.
Because it seems like for him, content creation is more like speed running your way to actually getting virality. Now, I have seen jizz moppers with more soul in their eyes than MrBeast when talking about, I guess, his brand, if you will, content creation. Obviously, this image to me seems pretty AI generated, and obviously if it works for Beast and he's trained it off of his own content, I guess that's totally fine. Obviously, it must work for shorts. Clearly, the world's largest YouTuber knows a thing or two about virality. But the problem with this is he's created a piece of content, he's created this like system that is completely okay with inspiring itself from other people's channels, right?
Yeah, so one thing that was very apparent when I was covering the whole MrBeast drama is that everybody agreed that bro was absolutely soulless. Especially those thumbnails of him like creepily smiling. It just seems like he's on this never-ending quest to get bigger and bigger and grow his brand, make more money, and there's just no substance to it, no soul. And if you followed the saga, you obviously know this is like the least of the bad shit he's done. Then he talks about who this tool is actually meant for, because it's definitely not small creators.
The kind of tool that MrBeast is creating, let's be completely real, is not meant for the up-and-coming creator. It's meant for the channel that likes to throw out 10 uploads a day and find out the absolute cheat code methods to virality, right? But as long as they get that one video that's pulling out like 10 million views, that's all that really matters, right? That's the kind of market that it seems MrBeast is really headed out to. Not the actual creator that wants to create a meaningful video that people remember for years down the road. This is something that obviously is designed to maximize CTRs and maximize these numbers. This guy seems like YouTube for him is like an EVE Online player, okay? It's not about exploring space or anything. It's about firing up spreadsheets at this point. And that's really the kind of vibe that I get that feels like the kind of creator that they're going for. I really do feel like, again, the primary market for this is obviously the business enterprise model, right? Just to sell this to like big companies like Amazon or Pepsi or any of these big conglomerates, to sell them the secret sauce for virality in the online space.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know why he said it's for the average creator. Nobody wants anything to do with the shit, and nobody wants to shell out $80 a month for it. It's just a scummy way to profit off others' hard work without actually paying them. And Muda is totally right when he says that this tool is for giant companies and soulless individuals who just want to do a get rich quick. They want to get on YouTube, post 1 billion videos quickly with AI thumbnails and AI content, get their bag, and just leave. They are absolutely going to exploit this, and the average creator is going to suffer who actually wants to put in some work and make something creative from the, human spirit or whatever. Then he talks about the legality of this tool, because you are essentially just stealing.
How legal this is, or not legal is the best term, but how allowed this is from YouTube's perspective when you look into their TOS. Using any automated means such as robots, botnets, or scrapers, except A, in the case of public search engines, which ViewStats is not a public search engine from my understanding, in accordance with YouTube's robots.txt file. So, the TXT file in any website that tells you how scrapers should work, what they can use, what they can avoid. And of course, with YouTube's prior written permission. So I don't know if YouTube gave him necessary permission for it, because YouTube does train a lot of its engines, or Google trains itself on YouTube.
Right, so the problem with expecting YouTube or Google to moderate this is the fact that they themselves participate in this type of shit. If you didn't know, Google is also advancing AI at an alarming rate, and it is just scary. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for stuff like the health breakthroughs, right? Maybe we cure cancer, maybe we get to space in different planets, maybe we get robotic limbs to help handicap people. This is all amazing stuff that AI can do, but my fear comes from the perfect AI video and audio. That is the scariest shit ever. Evidence in courts are gonna be faked. People are gonna get scammed everywhere. How will you know if the video you're seeing is actually AI generated or not if it gets to a point where it's indistinguishable? What if your favorite creator in 10 years is no longer Pegasus? By the way, that's like a world I don't want to live in. But yeah, what if your favorite creator in 10 years is literally a machine and you didn't even know? What if they claim to be real this entire time? Dude, we're so cooked. MrBeast, man, stop it, get some help. Then he talks about kids getting stupider due to AI.
I was reading at MIT, there was actually a new study done, Your Brain on ChatGPT, where again, the basic idea was in the abstract, using all these LLMs and tools, right, and using them in the general population, they saw that in this study, they demonstrate the matter of a likely decrease in learning skills based on the results of our studies. The use of LLMs had a measurable impact on participants. Yeah, of course they're not going to be able to critically think down the road because you're not teaching them the skills to do it. You're just putting them into GPT as zombies.
Bro, first our problem was brain rot from TikTok. Now it's brain rot from AI. Can you imagine growing up in this age? Imagine you never have to think again, because anytime you have to do any critical thought, you just enter it into ChatGPT and it does it for you. Kids are gonna grow up with absolutely negative level IQ. I wanted to use AI for stuff like, give me the recipe to make a delicious soup, not run my entire fucking life for me. Then he talks about how some people might be suing MrBeast.
Then yeah, I think it absolutely is a problem, and I think MrBeast should absolutely be a fucking little ashamed of himself. And to be real with you, I wonder if, there are going to be a growing number of YouTubers who might have to ask themselves, is taking this guy to court possibly a legal option for us as well? Because MrBeast, while he is large, is not the only, group of content creators on this platform. That's a pretty big question worth asking.
Dude, I would not be surprised if people actually sued MrBeast. I mean, it's just another day for the Three Stooges. They get sued by absolutely everybody for the scummy shit they do. But yeah, as I'm recording, the tool is still up on his website. I don't know if he's gonna stop this. I highly doubt it because, it's probably gonna get him a shit ton of money. So anyways, let's move on to MrBeast's response to the situation. He essentially ended up deleting the tweet and the promotion for this tool, and then he goes on a call with streamer Point Crow. Had a chat with MrBeast about his AI thumbnail creation tool. While I'm uncertain what will be happening moving forward, I voiced my thoughts directly to him. Great idea to want to make content creation more accessible, but this isn't remotely a solution to that and actually fundamentally hurts creators as a whole. Just mentioning because I think it's important to note that he reached out, even though we still largely disagree. Leaving everything up to discourses still, and I'll count this hopefully as the bookend to the saga. Cheers. Now, MrBeast responded to the tweet saying, I appreciate all the feedback. I love the YouTube community more than anyone can even remotely comprehend. That's right. I love the YouTube community so much, I literally try to ruin it at every turn, bro. Already working on changes like face swap should only be used to swap your face on your thumbnail, obviously not others. Bro, people obviously gonna use it for other, oh my god. And that's literally the way you advertised it. You wanted this to happen and you only realized it's wrong after people told you, which is insane. You should have known this from the very start. Any human being with a shred of concern for the YouTube community would instantly know this is wrong. The fact that people had to tell you this is just insane. And overall, I'll build this more in a way to be inspiration for artists or a tool they use and not replace them. Very good feedback. My goal with view stats is to build tools to level the playing field between people like me with 300 employees and new creators that can't afford a small army. Dark Viper AU responds and Ray shows Jimmy saying, wanting to level the playing field between those with 300 employees and those without means that you want to make those 300 people redundant, meaning they won't have jobs. Seems like your tool is designed to enable firing your artist whilst getting $50 from anyone else. It's actually $80. Out of touch, evil genius move. I mean, that was perfectly said. My advice would be to stop working on this tool completely. There is no way you can make this in a way where it is not going to be disastrous to the YouTube community. And I just love how this guy tried to pretend the reason he's doing this is to help other people. Yeah, let me put this behind an $80 per month paywall, but I'm doing it for you guys. I'm trying to help the tiny creators, obviously, guys. But also pay me $1 bajillion. And also, if this tool was so life-changing as he said, that means everybody would have to pay him or suffer. We got this guy saying MrBeast is accelerating the death of authentic content creation and no one's discussing it. Launch of view stats may seem like a data optimized feature, but it's one of the most dystopian moves. This isn't about thumbnails, it's about the industrialization of content. Creators already feel like they're in a losing game. They're going to be up against AI that can mass produce the most clickable content faster, cheaper, and more effectively. That is completely correct. That's very scary. MrBeast isn't just setting trends, he's setting the rules. Rule is perform like a machine or get left behind. Oh my god, bro. I remember the days I used to just upload gameplay commentary unedited and everybody loved it, man. Gotta go back. More Pegasus about to drop 10 videos on this topic. We are literally everywhere, bro. Every comment section. Oh my god. Now click this video or your favorite creator turns into AI and YouTube is ruined forever. Never underestimate a Pegasus threat. All right, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.